जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तनम की जय। शैल प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम पदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतुषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। So I'll talk on a topic. I don't think so I'll read this, but still, if some time required. Recently I was at Govardhan Retreat Center at Govardhan, where His Holiness Bhakti Vigyan Goswami Maharaj was giving a Japa retreat program. So he was telling one nice point. His Holiness Sachidanand Swami Maharaj had gone to meet some senior Gaudiya Math sannyasi, and there he was discussing with him on what do you understand about Kintu Adarat Anudinam Kalushaiva Jushta. What do we mean by Adar? That how we can chant with respect. So this personality was sharing that Adarat means that one is very that one should have how did he say? Prayojan Bodh. That means one should have the awareness of his goal. So he said that actually if any of us is asked, what is the goal of practicing Krishna consciousness? So on, going back to Bharat, or pleasing Krishna, whatever, you may give many right answers. Tick mark लगा सकते हैं उस पे. You'll get full marks. But that is not the only thing that he is mentioning there, that know the goal. To know the goal means that should become our goal. So our practices, our actions are not showing that we have made it our goal. So he said sometimes we know the goal, but it has not become our inside goal, the internal goal. So till we have become convinced that this is what I want to achieve in life, and for that, whatever it takes, I will do. So then he said, if we have this kind of a fixity in the goal of going back to Godhead or achieving Krishna Prem, then we will be in an existential anxiety. What is that meaning? Existential anxiety. That means every moment you will be thinking, what am I doing? Why am I here actually? So that will be the kind of existential anxiety, that how am I here? I am in this matter world still. I'm still not serving Krishna. I'm still not surrendering to Krishna. So many Vaishnavas have clearly shown me the right thing, what is the goal, but still I am not doing it. What is stopping me? So one will be always feeling a sense of remorse, repentance, and not that he is in depression, he is in eagerness. He is in a longing. He is feeling awkward in this matter world. Prabhupada says one place, awkward. So then, after Maharaj told that, then I understood. The goal has not become the goal. You're getting the point, na? How many of you understand that the goal has not become the goal till now? Although we know the goal has not become our goal. He's not saying that we cannot, like we don't have material desires or something. No, all that is secondary. The goal, that means now I will do whatever it takes to fight this war because I want to. Like, I think I shared sometime with all of you. I was one time going in the train, and I met one person from Punjab somewhere. So I was going from Pune to Delhi. So this person was coming from Chennai, and he was saying that वहाँ पे चेन्नई में नई जॉब कर रहा मैं अभी क्योंकि पंजाब जाएंगे. क्यों पंजाब जाओगे? अरे वहाँ पे मक्के की रोटी नहीं मिलती तो मक्के की रोटी नहीं मिलती तो इसलिए पंजाब जाएंगे. इधर बट मैं पंजाब में रहने नहीं वाला. पंजाब तो मेरा घर है, लेकिन आप पंजाब से क्या करोगे? फिर पंजाब से मुझे अमेरिका जाने का है. अच्छा, तो अमेरिका कैसे जाओगे? बोले उसके लिए ना बहुत कुछ एजेंट्स हैं ना. देयर आर सम एजेंट्स who take money. It's not easy to get a visa for getting jobs in America. So he said, what we will do, actually these agents put us in some country, and from that country you take a visa for another country, like that, tuck, and then you reach Canada. Many people in Canada are from Punjab only somewhere. So he said, he will reach Canada and then we will cross the borders, those dangerous borders where they're persecuted for that. So there are different types of borders. Some borders are water borders. Some borders are forest borders. So he said, that is so dangerous a place that while crossing the forest borders, sometimes wild animals are there and they will eat you up, and bones are there. So he said that actually on the way some people see also the bones of the previous fellows who tried to cross. I said, then why do you want to do all this? You'll do all this tam jam to go into America only. What is the goal? फिर पैसा आएगा, फिर आराम करेंगे, जॉब फिर बहुत पैसा आएगा. अरे पैसा करने के लिए, see this person, how much zeal he has. When he was telling me this story, I'm telling in a very short way. I was thinking, If I develop such eagerness for going back to Lorraine, I will go back surely. That means मर मिटने को तैयार है ना. सरफरोशी की तमन्ना हमारे दिल में है ना. अरे बॉर्डर क्रॉस करते मर गया फिर भी अमेरिका जाने का इतना क्या नो सच अ इंटेंसिटी ऑफ डिजायर नो एंड व्हाट प्लेस अमेरिका इज अ हेलिश प्लैनेट ओनली नो it's a opulent hellish planet people are going there to commit sin. So what type of desires people carry, and strong intense desire. I've seen IAS officers also, IAS aspirants I'm talking, UPSC, as so they work sometimes 6 years is the final period, उसके बाद तो बंद करो अभी. 6 years people work, जैसे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, नहीं हुआ तो नहीं हुआ, 6 साल काम करेंगे. ये नौकरी नहीं करने का, ये छोटी मोटी नौकरियां है ना, जो कोई नौकर बनने नहीं आया हम, IAS ऑफिसर. And they work very hard, how hard they work. Morning to night, night to morning they have to work. Sometimes they are doing job in one time and the other slot they are like studying. In the sense morning job, night studies. Or sometimes they are like doing tuitions in the one slot and then in the other time is self-study. But practically they don't sleep only, or very less sleep they take. I said, my God, Samadhi. And what do they get? They get IS. They become IS officers. Maximum. If they get. If they don't get, that is like they're back to square one only. And what is IS officer? कोई politician का duty है, with all due regards to the IS officer, but it is more or less a position of a servant to the politicians. And politicians are five years ka mehman, for the votes of the public and getting some post positions. And so if we see among the politicians, the best of the positions is of Prime Minister. And Prime Minister of India, how many of you feel you can become Prime Minister of India? And think about it. It's possible. Narendra Modi ji also was distributing tea at one time, selling tea. So you may also become Prime Minister of India. Possible at least. It's within the scope of your contemplation. And what about President of US? Very difficult. Very, very difficult. But nowadays Rishi Sunak ji became PM of, maybe possible. So all these fellows are simply some cockroaches in front of the demigods. A demigod is much better than all these prime ministers. And the IAS officer is the servant of the prime minister. So for that they are working so hard to become IAS officer. And then demigods, they are always troubled about, abhi amrit pee lo warna problem ho jayega, ye ho jayega, wo ho jayega. They are always in tension only, Yeah. They have the same problem that we have here also, It's only a longer duration of problem. Here we have 80-year package, they have 10,000 celestial years plus. But problems are same only, We may be having fragrant bodies and celestial foods to eat and apsaras to dance with. But at the end of the day, lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, illusion is still festering the jiva. So what is the big thing that one is? And on that also finally he has to come down only. Shine punne marte lokam shanti. Aa gaya bhaiya wapas ground level pe, Rocket is fuel is over, now come back, And among the demigods, the best is the Brahma ji. Brahma ji go both time with that 311 trillion years, 40 billion years. But Brahma ji is also just one demigod. But a devotee of the Lord gets heavenly planet if he fails in Krishna consciousness. If you fail, मतलब मेहनत किया, IAS ऑफिसर नहीं बन पाए, तो वापस ऑफिस में आ जाएगा ना. लेकिन अगर आप भक्ति करते करते फेल हो गए तो डेमिगॉड बन जाओगे. और अगर पास हो गए तो वैकुंठा. ये ब्रह्मा जी के ऊपर एक और भी आते हैं, वो फिर ब्रह्म ज्योति वाले, वो लोग 60,000 साल तपस्या करते हैं. IAS ऑफिसर 6 साल करते हैं, ये 60,000, थोड़ा ज्यादा डिफरेंस नहीं. वो 60,000 साल तपस्या करते हैं. वो बेचारे हिमालय में जाते हैं, गर्मी में आग लगाते हैं चारों तरफ, सर्दी में बर्फ के अंदर रहते हैं, बद्रिका आश्रम के पानी में नहाते हैं. आपको तो यहाँ पे गीजर लगा हुआ है, फिर मॉर्निंग प्रोग्राम में आने वाला, उसको ऐसा कोई गीजर नहीं मिलता है, गीजर में नहाना उसके बॉडीली कॉन्सेप्ट में आने के प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा उसको. इफ ही वॉश If he takes a bath in geyser water, that will increase his bodily consciousness. So it is anti his sadhana. But you go for sadhana after taking bath in the geyser. so can you imagine? They do tapasya like that, and they go to Brahmajyoti only. And Brahmajyoti is just devotees say Kaivalyam Narakayate, like Naraka. And then there is Vaikuntha Lok. And Vaikuntha Lok also devotees say, नहीं हम तो गोलोक की बात करते हैं. गोलोक में भी माधुर्य रस की बात करते हैं. हम तो भैया गौड़िया वैष्णव है. तो IAS ऑफिसर बनने के लिए 6 साल मेहनत, ब्रह्म ज्योति में जाने के लिए 60,000 साल मेहनत, और गोलोक जाने के लिए हम मेहनत नहीं करना पड़ेगा. ऐसा कैसे होगा? So if you know Prabhupada writes in Dhruva Maharaj past time, Dhruva he got Lord in 6 years only, no? Or 6 months. 6 months only. So Prabhupada writes, when he's telling the austerity that he was only eating some fruits and nuts, and later he was only drinking air only, then he stopped that also. You must say, Bapre, ye to zyada hi ho gaya. One devotee, when this Dhruva past time came, so cantos were coming one by one. So when they read this 4th canto, Dhruva Maharaj past time, so this devotee became inspired. 6 महीने में भगवान मिल जाएंगे. So he started doing austerities like Dhruva Maharaj. After 2 months, he fell flat on the bed for 4 months to be taken care by another devotee. He was so badly, bad health. So it's not supposed to be imitated. But Prabhupada writes also that we don't have to take the austerities of Dhruva Maharaj, but we have to do the austerities that Lord Chaitanya has given. And Lord Chaitanya's austerities are very simple. If you cannot do that also, Lord Chaitanya has come with the last package of mercy. After that, there is no further one discount offer, If we can't do that also, there is nothing more left. That means, like if someone says, जी मुझसे 4x भी नहीं होगा, 16 माला बहुत मुश्किल पड़ता है, फिर भगवान बोलते हैं अभी मेरे पास कुछ और पैकेज. सी इवन इन दैट चैतन्य महाप्रभु सेड 1 लाख नाम होगा तो मैं तुम्हारे घर आऊंगा, भक्ति ठाकुर सेड 64. प्रभुपाद गेव 16 राउंड, 16 राउंड भी नहीं होगा. बस अभी तो मतलब इसके आगे कोई पैकेज नहीं है. अभी डिस्काउंट ऑफर्स में जितना मिलना था, अल्टीमेट डिस्काउंट ऑफर पे चल रहे हैं हम लोग. 16 राउंड कर बेटा, मिनिमम बोला है, लेकिन वो मिनिमम वर्ड को बाजू कर 16 ही कर देगा तो गोलोक लेके चला जाऊंगा. प्रभुपाद बोले आई हैड अ बैकडोर की टू द गोलोक. So Prabhupada said if someone cannot do this even, then there is no scope further. So the point which I want to make is that we have got the highest goal in the whole creation. In the spiritual world, the highest personality is God, Krishna. And above him are the devotees of Krishna. Krishna's devotees are above Krishna. That is the beauty of Vrindavan Dham. Yesterday I was in the Bhagavatam class sharing from Sadhava Hridaya Mayam. If you read that book, there's a drama also of Sadhava Hridaya Mayam book made by Chopati devotees. You can see the drama. After that, you will be very cautious about the devotee Sangha, because you will be very much in reverence that I am sitting with those who are very dear to Krishna. Krishna cries tears for all the devotees. So Krishna keeps his devotees in his heart, and Krishna just can do anything for his devotees. We will be very greatly revering the great souls, and we will feel like if their mercy can come into my life, I am going back to Godhead. There is nothing else, there is no ticket back to Godhead except the mercy of the great souls. It is not possible to do by our own sadhana. The sadhana is only a begging expression to get that mercy. We should do good sadhana, but the sadhana is only an expression of begging, that I am trying to do what you have told us to do, and that will attract the mercy of the great souls. You can read that book, it will be thoroughly clear. So it is a very good value refinement program. If you hear that, after that, वैष्णव अपराध से बहुत दूर दूर तक रहोगे. दुर्वासा मुनि के को प्रणाम भी करोगे. एक्चुअली दुर्वासा मुनि के साथ ये पास्ट टाइम हुआ. लास्ट में क्या बोलते हैं, लास्ट में शिवराम महाराज का पास्ट टाइम वो वहां पे बताते हैं कि दुर्वासा मुनि भी डिवोटी है. एक्चुअली दुर्वासा मुनि को भी ऑफेंड मत करना, वो भी पास्ट टाइम का लीला में आ रहा है. लीला under Leela, everything is happening. So ऐसा नहीं कि दुर्वासा मुनि को हम गाली दें और अमरीश महाराज की पूजा. So you will be feeling, भैया जिसके साथ भी रह रहे हो ना, अपना जीवन just निकल जाओ इधर से, वैष्णव की कृपा लो और निकल जाओ. Very, very, we are in a very pure association, association of people who are very dear to Krishna. So one time one devotee asked Srila Prabhupada, actually Prabhupada was just leaving that place. He could travel from one temple to another. So one devotee, all the devotees are surrounding Prabhupada's car, and then one devotee came charging, Prabhupada! So it was like, no, kya ho gaya isko? And then he came charging and Prabhupada, Prabhupada, tell me one thing that by which we can go back. What is one thing required to go back home, back to Godhead? And Prabhupada said, desire. And the car moved on, So that one word is enough. That one word is enough. Prabhupada in one word summarized all that it takes to cut across millions of lifetimes of anarthas and everything to just make it back to Godhead in this lifetime. What is it? Desire. I was telling you about this IAS officers, how strong their desires. Actually, sometimes we talk about Jiva is insignificant, God is great. But actually, Jiva is also very important. Jiva is also very glorious. Because Jiva's desire, if he desires, by his desire, Krishna becomes subordinate to him. If his desire is purely to serve Krishna, Krishna becomes so attracted to him that he becomes controlled by him. So who is now how glorious Jiva is? And sometimes we think, Jiva to always तुच्छ हो तुम इंजॉयर भी नहीं हो, ये भी नहीं कुछ. So the Jiva becomes like depressed soul. मेरा तो कुछ है नहीं भैया, तो भगवान ही भगवान है. तो एक क्रिएशन के छोटे से मच्छर हैं क्या. But that personality, that Jiva has got the power to control the Supreme Lord because he has a desire to serve. And the Lord's pure heart is full of love, which becomes and which gets captivated by such pure desire of a Jiva. And he becomes subordinate to that Jiva. So how glorious is the Jiva? If only he can desire rightly. Otherwise he is gone case. Then he is like that machar on. So the devotees, even a machar is glorious. I'm talking machar, but like that squirrel who got just she had the desire to give Lord Ram service through. Can you imagine putting dust particles over the bridge? What is the great thing she has done? Like, even if you are doing service, you know, and some person, some rat or some squirrel, if she is coming in your feet and then, hey, Bajo, you will also say like that only, right? What do you say? कुछ काम का काम तो कर नहीं रही है क्या इधर धूल she's a it's too much sentimentality घूम रही है yeah, let us do our practical work. The Lord is seeing the spirit, the desire. So actually our Krishna consciousness, the speed of our advancement is all about our strong desire to get back to God and the intensity of our life. Because the way people are endeavoring outside, the Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, I take inspiration from the materialist, that they are working so hard for Jad Rasa. Basically, Jad Rasa, there is no Rasa, Jad Rasa. Means to get some Rasa out of Jada, from the dead objects. They are working so hard. Morning shift, night shift, rotating shift. Actually, at Bhaktivinoda Thakur's time, this was not the case. They were still working in the day only. But now we have better inspiration. People are working so hard for what? For dead things. So what hard work we should be ready to do. So if we take inspiration from even the materialists, we'll understand I'm getting Krishna Rasa. For that, how hard I should be working. Just what is your age, Prabhu? 28, 25. कितने साल जीने का प्लान है? मतलब प्लान है, मतलब जो भी बोलो. How many years you think you will be living? 50-60 way, wind up, huh? Sannyas program in Godhead, huh? 50-60 is a little more pessimistic, maybe 70, 80 max ना, क्या बोलते हो? 80 के बाद तो उड़ जाएगा बॉडी उसके बाद गाड़ी और चलेगा ही नहीं, कटारा गाड़ी है वैसे भी कल्लू का, जो इनऑर्गेनिक फूड जो भी है सब खा खू के और बैड संस्कार जो भी है उसके कारण बॉडी 80 के बाद तो क्या चलेगा, नो? और चल भी गया तो करोगे क्या उसके अंदर वैसे, नो? बॉडी के सारे दांत गिर चुके होंगे और कुछ समझ भी नहीं आ रहा होगा, सटिया आ जाते हैं 60 के ऊपर ही, तो 60 से 80 वाला भी पीरियड बड़ा मुश्किल, तो इट्स लाइक खटारा गाड़ी वाले, सो बेटर वी बाइंड अप बाय 80 मैक्स, एंड ज्यादातर का तो 70 पे हो जाएगा, कुछ का उससे पहले भी हो जाएगा। तो अभी क्या हो गया, 25 हो गया, मोस्ट ऑफ यूर 25 अराउंड ना, 25 कितना हुआ माइनस करो, 45, 55, बहुत छोटा है ना, 45-50 ईयर्स में गेट आउट ऑफ दिस मटर वर्ल्ड एंड गो बैक टू पार्टी, इट्स अ वेरी शॉर्ट, हाई क्लास डिस्काउंट ऑफर है, what is not available to yogis, jnanis, which for going back to God at Krishna Prem is available for the chief. But he has to live a life of focus in this. He should never get deviated. Vyavasaya Atmaka Buddhi Eke Hai Guru. Sometimes devotee feels, actually, I want to go back to God, but अभी पता चल गया क्या क्या नहीं करना चाहिए, लेकिन कुछ लोग लेट भी आते हैं ना, सब कुछ करके आते हैं, तो एक बार कर लेता हूँ, फिर कर लूंगा फिर वापिस आके भक्ति कर लूंगा, चैंटिंग 16 माला सब समझ आ गया है, थोड़ा एक बार मजा करके आ जाता हूँ बाहर, वेरी डेंजरस plan this one is making. Actually, one should know that whenever we got Krishna, one should always feel we are already late. I have already got so many things to. My homework is very strong. I have to work hard, and one should always think what I can do more. How should I, fasten myself journey back to God? I have to cover up for so many 16 rounds. Like I joined Krishna Consciousness program when I was 18 years old. Now I am 41. But 18 years I didn't chant 16 rounds. So बहुत माला बाकी है. so we can never say that I have been. Whenever we got Krishna from that, we should never turn back and think it थोड़ा तो मजा करके आ जाते. That means our goal is not clear. व्यवसाय आत्म का बुद्धि एक है गुरु नंदन. So it is a very important thing in our life that we keep a sense of intensity, that nothing doing now. There's one lecture of His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, Sincerity of Purpose and Krishna Consciousness. Very powerful lecture, short and powerful. In fact, to hear that lecture, you will have to have a lot of intensity. Why? Because he's speaking that lecture to brahmacharis when there is a lot of construction work going on in Chowpatty. So it's all that, drilling machines and all going on. And to hear that lecture means between those sounds you have to hear Maharaj's soft sound coming out. You have to have intensity to hear that lecture only. Otherwise, if you are hearing like time pass, nothing will. You will only hear But he's speaking what? He's telling just like a Boeing 747 in the flight. When it is cut, when it goes, it is not like if something comes as an object, it will change its course. That object will fall apart, but it will go straight. That is the type of life we have to lead. That nothing doing now, all diversions, no diversions. Just I have to achieve that to go back to Bharat. So to the degree we keep our goal clear, to the degree we do not become diluted and deviated, diluted by mixing with some थोड़ा तो भोग भी कर लेते हैं, थोड़ा तो I think is not practical to be just for Krishna consciousness. The devotees sometimes when they start meeting materialistic people in work life, they become colored in their perceptions of the goal of life. They get money in their life, they see men, women doing nonsense, and then the mind becomes a little colored. इतना भी क्या गॉडेड जाने का, थोड़ा तो इधर भी थोड़ा उधर. After all, material life is not so bad after all. And गॉडेड जाना है, लेकिन ठीक है, लंबा समय है, 16 माला कर रहे हैं. See, they may be doing 16 round also, but their hearts are not fixed in the desire to get out. Like imagine I am telling Krishna, Hare Krishna, I want to go back to Godhead, but थोड़ा सा ये भी मजा कर ले, थोड़ा वो भी मजा कर ले. Then Krishna बोलेगा पता नहीं कंफ्यूज आदमी है, बोल कुछ रहा है बात, चैंटिंग कर रहा है एक तरीके से, बोल मन में कुछ और बोल रहा है ना. You getting ना? But if a devotee is clear in his goal and he is sincerely calling out Krishna. See, one thing is the desire may be there, material desire may be there, but he is not wanting that material desire. You know? Prabhupada writes the 10 offenses in maintaining material attachment. To have material attachment, maintain. That means you are asking Krishna that you give me this, I need it. So, but a devotee who is fixed, he says, get, I don't want this. So, Paramahansa Radhanath Maharaj, he has a lecture on this, that what it takes to go back home, back to Godhead, In that he talks this desire point. And there he tells that even if we have lust, anger, pride, envy, illusion, we should have a core desire of wanting to become the servant of the servant. And with that core desire, we push aside all the other desires. We say, like if lust comes, say, don't want this. Get out. Krishna, please help me. That means what is our core desire? To not have lust. But the lust is there in the mind. But the soul is not longing for that. You're getting the difference? There is a soul's core desire and the contaminated mind. But you can fight the contaminated mind with the core desire to become Krishna. So it is very important to develop pure core desires. That is called the motives. Anya avilashita shunyam jo bola hai na. Anya avilashita means motive. Avilasha means desire. Avilashita means motive. So we should develop very strong motivation. Motivational speaker की तरह नहीं बोल रहा. Motivation means actually the core heart's longings, aspirations. What are we longing for? When will I meet Rupa Goswami? When will I get to serve Radha Krishna? When will I meet Srila Prabhupada? When will I please Srila Prabhupada? So we can have very rocket-like, very hi-fi desires also. But those desires, like when we sing Tulsi Aarti, it's a very hi-fi program. और मेरे को विलास कुंज निधि वास, अरे वाह वाह वाह, विलास कुंज में, कुंज में विलास जहाँ पे राधा कृष्णा की लीला चल रही है वहां पे जाने का है. तो सखी रानू गता करो, बड़ा हाईफाई. एक्चुअली तुलसी आरती इज अ वेरी एसोटेरिक song, but one can express that. It is within the parampara. It is not sahajiya. Of course, if someone starts, wearing gungat and all for showing that now thoda pass aa gaya मैं उस aspiration, then it will be sahajiya. But if he's saying, I want to be the servant of the gopis of Krishna, that is appropriate, perfect. So devotees' longings, devotees, even if he's having struggles here, but because his longing is strong, he'll fight that. A person is known for his goals of life. If our aspiration is very strong, like imagine some devotee, like we are dealing, I'll tell you, the longings come in form of three things: Namaruchi, Vaishnava Seva, Jivdaya. So our longings should be in terms of how I am developing taste for holy name, Srimad Bhagavatam, serving the deities. These longings should be there in our heart. Aspirations should be. कब हबे बोलो से दिना अमार, अपराध गुची शुद्ध नामारुचि, कृपा बले हबे हृदय संचार. This is Namaruchi. Longing for Namaruchi. Then Vaishnav Seva and Vaishnav Sadachar also. Basically in the Sangha of Vaishnavas, how do I become a servant of the Vaishnavas? Become a student of the Vaishnavas. That is actually another type of very important desire to cultivate. And like he is saying, Shit Kabe Shri Chaitanya More Koribe Nadaya, Kabe Ami Paibo Vaishnava Padachaya, Kabe Ami Chadibe Vishaya Bhiman, Kabe Ami Koribe Vishnu Jan, Kabe Ami Vishnu Jana Samman, like that. So one wants to respect, one wants the shelter of the Vaishnavas. These are spiritual desires in the Vaishnava song. And Jivadaya also is another, like in this song, Tulsi Aarti is saying what? Radha, Shri Radha Govinda Preme Sada Yena Bhashi. Let me glorify Radha Krishna Prema everywhere. In the this Kavi Amit, what is it? श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य नहीं उस पहले इससे पहले क्या बताया मैंने हाँ that song in the later part Bhaktivinoda Thakur prays for Jivadaya also, and he talks about Trinadapi Bhav and all. So we should see our desire set should have all these three types of desires. One is with the Lord, one is with the Vaishnavas, and one is with the Rajya Jivas. And these desires we should increase and we should intensify both. Increase the number of such desires. Like imagine we have some material desires hanging around, but if you increase these desires, then that will get lost actually. Like one fellow wanted to, I think recently some devotee was telling that past time also. There was one Neela, he had developed a desire to, he was lusty towards the girl and he wanted to marry that girl, but that girl was a Vaishnavi, no? So she said, hey, I will marry a Vaishnava only. He said, okay, then how to become a Vaishnava? No? So, so he went and put some tilak and dhoti kurta. He said, so I have become Vaishnava. Hey, this is not a Vaishnava. Vaishnava is one who serves the Vaishnavas. Oh, really? Okay, then I'll serve Vaishnava. So he said, you should serve Vaishnavas, thousands of Vaishnavas. So he was a thief also and everything. So he stole money and everything and used all that money for serving the Vaishnavas. And as he was serving the Vaishnavas, it was so tasty that he forgot only that he was supposed to marry that girl. After a long time, that he remembered that, no, actually I had planned to marry that girl, but that desire is gone. So we don't have to worry too much about material desire. What we have to worry about whether we have the core desires. If the core desires are not many and not intense, then these superficial, foolish material desires will surely conquer our heart. But if our core desire is very strong and we are acting on them with very great sincerity, intensity, like Radhesham Prabhu shares that, like a rocket, if it has to get out of the gravitational pull of the earth, then what has to have? Escape velocity 11.2 kilometers per second, right? So imagine it is only जाना तो चाहते लेकिन 9 पे रह गया 9.3 किलोमीटर पर सेकंड तो क्या होगा बहुत गोल जोर मारा लेकिन फिर भी नीचे आएगा मतलब ऑलमोस्ट कर दिया था लेकिन निकल नहीं पाएगा ना so we should know that we have to make it. That means one day we have to individually decide. Lectures cannot make you decide this. Like Radheshampu was telling in one lecture long back when I was in voice days, he was telling there are three things required to chant nice. So first, you should know how to chant nice. No? And you should have like there are three things when they come together, then you chant nicely. One is you know why it is important to chant. Another is you know how to chant nice. But there is a third thing required, which is the most difficult. You desire to chant nice. Even if you know why to chant nicely, but you have not made your sankalp. I now want to chant. It is your inner feeling of need. No? It is not just the whys that we have heard in the lecture. Like now I have talked to you on desire. This is also not desire. Desire is something that comes from your heart, not like I told you that we should desire. That is not become your desire. When we have from the seat of consciousness emanates a desire, and that desire leads to actions, and all the whole body, this gross body, the subtle body is made up of that, is made based on what we desire. If in this moment we desire pure Krishna consciousness, you're out of this material. So that is the power of desire. Desire can wind up the whole material world. This material world will exist, but this material world will become transformed into a seva sthan for you. Like right now, how many of you want to go back to Garhead? No. So going back to Godhead means what? Going back to Godhead. So okay, what is Godhead? Is this not Godhead? Huh? Is this not Godhead? I'm asking. No. And probably Godhead nahi. Prabhupada says this is embassies of the spiritual world. You're sitting in the embassy of the spiritual world. If you wish, you will experience Golok here. You will see there are devotees here. You will see there is seva to Radha Krishna here. Radha Krishna is standing, our master, king and queen are standing. We are in the servant quarter. This garden is there in there. Leela Sthali. They must be having Jhula here. There can be, well, you don't have to dream many things, but I'm just giving the practical point that this is the Leela Sthali of Radha Vrindavan Chandra. And we are getting to serve with the Vaishnavas there. We are in Godhead. Yeah. But our vision may not be in Godhead. Our vision may be stooped in, अभी यहाँ पे प्रसाद में क्या बना है, मुझे क्या मिला, सोने नहीं दिया मुझे, अलार्म बज रहे थे, धोती कुर्ता पता नहीं कोई ले गया, you getting na? We may be in this matter world only, So where is our consciousness? So like imagine some devotee now this is, I'm like say suppose we are dealing with each other. Some devotee shouts at us. So we can think that Krishna is trying to help me understand that I have done so much. I made so many aparadhas in the past. Krishna is giving me some understanding how much pain I have caused. But instead we are locked in this matter world. Then how did he speak like that? Tit for tat. That means we are not in the intense desire to get out. We are still here only. That devotee is helping us to get out. But we are not eager to get out. That is the problem. The desire makes our vision towards situations which come in our life. Otherwise, if our desire is locked in the matter world, I want to settle the scores here, I want to enjoy this place, people should respect me, then we will be caught up in settling here, and somehow ensuring that my place remains secure. People should know what I am doing. Person who has fixed himself on back to Godhead, he has nothing to do with this world. He knows that all this is temporary. All the posts that I will get, all that is only to serve my Supreme Lord. And he's very busy doing that activity through all the roles that he gets in this world. He does not get caught in the post. He does not get caught in the dealings that the people do with him. He's just very clear that what Krishna is trying to do here for me. He and Krishna and this whole world. The world is a plan of the Lord to make me see him more clearly. सब लोग आके थोड़ा थोड़ा ड्रामा करके जाते हैं, कुछ कुछ करके जाते हैं जिससे भगवान कुछ बताना चाहते हैं. क्या बताना चाह रहे हैं लोग? और वो सीख सीख के चले जाने का. हम ही जातो हम जागा. That is a very important thing in our work, that we become focused, one pointed. कुछ नहीं करने का, इधर निकल जाओ भैया बहुत, और इधर नहीं निकले ना प्रभु तो आप समझ जाओ आप लोगों ने माला कर लिया है. जो माला कर लिया तो हेवन मिल जाएगा आपको. उधर कोई अप्सरा ने पकड़ लिया आपको तो पकड़ ही सकती है. यहाँ की अप्सराएं पकड़ लेती है तो उधर की अप्सरा तो फंस जाएंगे बहुत सालों में. और वहां भी 10,000 का पीरियड है. वापस आएंगे तो कलयुग चालू होगा, घोर कलयुग आ गया होगा. जंगल में जाके तपस्या करना पड़ेगा, भजन करना. निकलना तो ये जो लाइफ 45 55 जो भी है ना, उतने में कर डालो. आश्रम जो भी हो, the topic that Radheshampu has given me to tell all of you about is developing the right qualities and attitudes to join the ashram. That is the topic I have for all the topics that I will give, whenever I give class. So one devotee had come to me and asked, Prabhuji, I am not able to join Brahmacharya ashram. Can you give me training about? Well, he cannot join Brahmacharya ashram because of some reasons. But then he told, Prabhuji, you train me in Brahmacharya life. I said, I will train you in the principles which are required for every person who wants to become Brahmachari and for becoming devotee also. And he said, yes, Puji. Every day you tell me one principle. I said, no, no. My one principle, you will have to work for 10 years. Then, so you at least work for 1 year, then we will talk another. So I gave him one principle. वैसा है आत्मा का बुद्धि लगाओ इसको भी ये क्या एक दिन का प्रिंसिपल है क्या अरे जान निकल जाएगी पूरा जीवन निकल जाएगा इसके अंदर ही so but this verse is so potent that it can take you back to God. One verse we may underestimate sometimes we may take many verses we may read whole scriptures Bhagavatam left right ये पॉइंट क्या बोला था श्लोक में संस्कृत में ये वो संधि विच्छेद बट एक वर्स अप्लाई कर दिया अपने जीवन में तो खत्म मटेरियल लाइफ ओवर हो जाएगा so we should see very clearly that how am I practicing Krishna consciousness. So I was telling you that this I will talk to all of you also. Some of you may want to join Grihastha Ashram, no problem. But you go back to Godhead, Prabhu. Don't wait here. Don't make it a mess here. इधर निकल चलो भैया इधर से. So all the principles, like what I'm talking, it's not like if you join Brahmacharya Ashram only you want to go back to Godhead. You have to get out, you know. The devotee has to feel that I have to get out. And if you want to join Brahmacharya Ashram, anyway you have to get out only, you know. If you join Brahmacharya Ashram with the idea that इधर ही रहने का तो फिर फायदा ही नहीं होगा. So anyway, so every time I will tell you some principles which is good for Brahmacharya life and very important to go back to Godhead. So one principle today is make yourself focused. Where's Atma ka buddhi? Desire only one thing. I want to get out. Of course, you have to make it your desire. I may say it. When you internally feel that remorse, why did I rebel? I am now here. Now I want to get out. Nothing more. हो गया. I am the fish out of water. फीलिंग होता है क्या फिश आउट ऑफ वाटर बोलते तो हैं डिवाइस के अंदर हम दूसरों कि पानी के बिना जी नहीं सकती ना लेकिन हम जी पाते हैं ना कृष्णा के बिना जी रहे हैं क्यों जी रहे हैं हम क्योंकि भोग विलास में अच्छा लगा दैट इज व्हाई आई वाज सेइंग एग्जिस्टेंशियल एंजाइटी थैंक यू वेरी मच श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय आपको मैं एंजाइटी में छोड़ के जा कोई क्वेश्चन है एक क्वेश्चन ले लेते यस
Thank you so much. The problem comes that you said now, it's okay, desire may sustain for some time, but then again that fire goes away. So what it takes to like maintain that desire always?
then it is not the desire it has not become your goal that goal remains the goal that is the goal समझ रहे ना जैसे आईएएस ऑफिसर बनने के लिए वो प्रसाद खाना खाने जाता है वहां पे थोड़ा गोलगप्पा भी खा लेगा लेकिन उसका डिजायर वो जो गोल है वो गोल ही है वो हाउ मच इज फिक्स्ड एक्चुअली आई हैव सीन व्हेन एग्जाम टाइम कम्स मेनी ऑफ अस आल्सो मस्ट हैव एक्सपीरियंस वो प्रसाद के टाइम पे भी भूख लगे बैठता है ना उसका गोल क्या है पढ़ने का है प्रभु जी बताएंगे कोचिंग देते हैं ना तो कोचिंग के टाइम पे वो खाने के अंदर उसका इंटरेस्ट नहीं है अभी 4 और फॉर्मूले हो गए तो बढ़िया हो जाएगा तो गोल जब हो जाता है गोल ना उसके बाद ऐसा ये वाला प्रॉब्लम जो आप बोल रहे हो ना तो आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट ठंडा ठंडा गोल विच इज देयर ऑन द इंटेलेक्चुअल दैट गोज अवे आफ्टर आज लेक्चर सुना तो ऐसा स्फूर्ति आली और उसका स्फूर्ति जाली ना दैट इज नॉट द गोल इज द इनर स्ट्रॉन्ग कॉल ऑफ द हार्ट what am I doing in this world that is a different thing and of course that goal is sustained in the sangha of Vaishnavas. Association leads to aspirations and aspiration leads to right action. We have to keep association of very intense devotees. If we are with intense devotees, they never rest in peace. उनके धोती में आग लगी हुई है ना आपकी धोती में आग लगेगी तो हाउ मेनी टाइम्स यू विल हैव टू बी टोल्ड दैट यू शुड रन बीच बीच में भूल जाओगे क्या पानी आ जाए तक भूलोगे क्या बीच में भूल गया प्रभु जी पानी आपने बताया था कि जाओ पानी में डुबकी लगा के आओ लेकिन जाते जाते बीच में भूल गया लगेगा क्या ऐसा होगा क्या जब तक आग की धोती में आग लगी हुई है तो जब तक पानी तक नहीं पहुंचोगे तो भागोगे, पूरी स्पीड से भागोगे, है ना? वैसे ही आग लगा हुआ है उन वैष्णवों के जीवन में। उन वैष्णव जिनके जीवन में आग लग गई है ना भगवान को प्राप्त करने की, उनके साथ रहेंगे तो वी विल हैव दैट। तो हिंदी में एक शब्द आता है, हिंदी नहीं, को उर्दू में आता है, जुनून बोलते, जुनून, जुनून समझ, जुनून सवार है उसको, है ना, सरफरोशी की तमन्ना। Those who have caught that strong desire now, they're self-motivated. They don't have to. It's not like मॉर्निंग प्रोग्राम इंचार्ज पी लगाने को बोल रहा है इसलिए आता हूँ। I can't think of a life like I will not come to the market like that one. And लेट हो जाना, ये इज लाइक लेट, आज लेट हो गए, ये छोटे बच्चों की बातें हैं ना, लेट होने का पॉइंट ही नहीं आता। ये सब जो चीजें हम वॉइस में करते हैं ना, वर्क इन ड्यूटी को भी करना पड़ेगा, इसका मतलब हमारा फेल हो गया, वॉइस ट्रेनिंग फेल हो गया। So actually, the devotee should be hankering for, I should get up a little early, chant extra rounds, ये सब होना चाहिए। ऐसा नहीं कि हाँ समाव एंट्री मार दिया, अभी हो गया, लेट तो नहीं हुआ, कम से कम चलो हो गया, नहीं, वो उतने पे ही चलाएगा क्या गाड़ी? One should know I have to get out what it will take to increase my intensity, है ना? So that way all the, it will be a positive vector going on, then it is the goal, otherwise ये नहीं। तो सेल्फ मोटिवेटेड स्टाइल में चलता है वो, है ना? मॉर्निंग प्रोग्राम इंचार्ज नहीं चाहिए, कोई साधना कार्ड नहीं चाहिए, कोई काउंसलर नहीं चाहिए, है ना? फिर क्या चाहिए? परमात्मा उतने लेवल पे पहुंच चुके हैं वो लोग, वो जो एसोसिएशन की बात कर, उसके, उस एसोसिएशन में हम रहेंगे तो क्या होगा? हम भी हिले रहेंगे हमेशा। हिलना समझते हो ना? शेकिंग ना, कभी कभी कोई लेक्चर होता है ना, वो शेक कर देता है, किया क्या तुमने अभी तक? ये किया ही नहीं है, तो ऐसा शेकिंग फीलिंग आता है ना। If you be with great souls, na, your existence gets shaken. If you're not feeling good, sorry, if you don't feel shaken, that means you have not taken association of great. After feeling shaken, then you will like to do something. आग लगा दी धोती में उन्होंने, अभी तो बाग हो गए। No, they are in fire. बस गोल की बातें वैसे नहीं करोगे जो आप बोल रहे हो 4 दिन। तो उस संग में रहते हुए अपने गोल को और फाइन ट्यून कर दो और पक्का कर दो। Then after that, you will be a self-motivated person. No one has to tell you. Wherever you will be focused. Counselor is required only till this becomes the goal. After that, counselor is your friend. Before that, counselor is supposed to चाबी लगाना पड़ता है। Or counselor can do one part, which is take care of our material side of life. After we have attained the fixity in the goal, then he will say, ठीक है, प्रसाद खाते रहो टाइम पे, प्रॉब्लम आए तो बताओ। But he is not worried about कि जाएगा नहीं जाएगा पता नहीं, आज है कल है, नहीं रहेगा पता नहीं। Because you know this fellow is very serious guy. He has accepted I have to get Krishna. Without that, I will not rest in peace in this world. If you want to remove the anxiety of our counselors, of our spiritual master, we have to become fixed. Now, this is my goal. कोई मुझे ताली बजा नहीं सकता कि suppose now I am giving a lecture. So when Rukmini Devi came out of the Durga temple, so all the kings, princes who had come to save her from Krishna, to support Shishupal, when Mother Rukmini took out her gungat to see where is my Krishna, all these fellows saw her beautiful, face, the divine transcendental face of Mother Rukmini, and they fainted out of lust. And by fainting, they fell down from their horses also. So Mother Rukmini, what is her scene? What is she seeing? All these kings, princes are falling flat by seeing her beauty. But what is she thinking? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? She is not caught in seeing that how people are getting attracted to my beauty. So when we are focused in the goal, पूरा पूरा दुनिया ताली बजाएगा और आप बस कृष्णा के लिए ढूंढ रहे हो, because you are not satisfied with that Krishna. How much appreciation great souls receive, है ना? कुछ चढ़ता है क्या उनके ऊपर? कुछ चढ़ता ही नहीं है, क्योंकि उनको कृष्णा लालसा इतना स्ट्रांग हो गया है ये इधर के दुनिया के कॉकरोचेस ताली बजा के क्या करेंगे? फिक्स्ड, आई वांट कृष्णा, वेयर इज कृष्णा? दे कैनॉट गेट टच्ड. When we actually, when we have Krishna, we miss Krishna. And when we don't have Krishna in our life, then we get attracted to these things in this way. So I made a statement of my own to summarize this point, that if we are not missing Krishna in our life, Krishna is missing from our life. If we are chanting Krishna's holy name properly, if we are reading Bhagavatam, if we are associating with the great souls properly, then we will miss Krishna. I want Krishna. I'm not happy here. I want Krishna. Ami Bodu. We will feel the need for Krishna. That means Krishna has entered our existence to make us feel pure, where the longing for Krishna is natural. And when Krishna is missing, then we are impure. So we get attracted to एक कितने लोग ताली बजा रहे तेरे को ना, आज का पनीर का प्रसाद कितना अच्छा है, ये वो सब कचरा. You get it? Then the goal is unclear because Krishna is not entered. It's like that. ठीक है. शिला प्रभुपाद की जय. बहुत टाइम ले लिया. भागो.